welcome back to my channel. My name is Addie and welcome to another reading vlog. This week's reading vlog is going to be another chill, cozy, fun week of reading. We're gonna go over my reading plans, crafting plans. So if you guys have watched like the last couple reading vlogs, I'm very much going through like a cozy mystery era, and I think it's because I'm trying to finish the Veronica Speedwell series right now. So last week I read In Company of Witches, which is another cozy mystery, and I really liked that. So I was definitely in the mood to start An Impossible Imposter. I was hoping to be done with this by the time I started filming this video. That did not happen. That's okay though. I am on page 78 of An Impossible Imposter. So we're gonna start off the vlog with a Veronica Speedwell book. This one is the 7th book in the series, I want to say. This mystery follows Veronica and Stoker investigating this guy in this really prominent family. He was the heir to this like fortune, and he died in a volcano accident, and now miraculously years later he's back and alive, and they are asked to investigate if this is really the guy that he claims to be or if he is an imposter just trying to get this money. And that's kind of where the story is taking us so far, and I'm really liking it. This is a new kind of premise for the Veronica Speedwell books, and I'm finding it really fun. Oh, and I just love Veronica and Stoker together. They're so sweet, and Veronica's thirst for adventure is ever present in this book as always, and I don't have a ton to say about it so far, but so far I'm really liking the premise. Already we have a lot of really good Veronica and Stoker banter, which I'm loving, and it is like very atmospheric. Like they are like the house that like he's set to inherit is set in like this countryside, and that's been very atmospheric, very fun to read about. So really liking this so far. And then the next book I'm hoping to get to in this vlog. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish it this week. It's really chunky, but I'm at least hoping to start it. And I'm trying to be much more chill about my reading plans, where I'm not like, oh, I have to finish this week, and just kind of mood reading. But that is The Will of Minnie by James Islington, and I think it's Islington or Islington. I don't know. I'm thinking of it like Island. I don't know. This is a high fantasy because I've been reading so much cozy mystery. I'm like, I need a high fantasy. Like I just need something a little different to switch it up, and I've heard nothing but really fabulous things about this book. It's about this like Caton Republic, this hierarchy that like rules the world, where civilians go to like this elite academy, but they're going there to be like bred to have their like will taken out of them for like the ultra elite, and their will is like their strength, determination, like drive, focus, and it gets leached out of you for like the good of the whole. So this one guy is like, yeah, I'll go to this elite academy. He's accepted, but he's really there just to find answers and like uncover secrets, uncover a weapon. He has no plans of succeeding his will to the Empire. I am so excited to get into another really high fantasy. That's always like my goal of the year, to read more high fantasy that isn't the Cosmere. I'm really excited to jump into this. I think I can finish An Impossible Imposter pretty quickly. I don't really have much going on tonight. This one's really short. It's only like 320 pages, and I'm thinking tonight, if I get done my homework today, I can just like sit and read all night and maybe finish this up. I don't know. Very wishful thinking on my part. Other news and updates. I'm also very much still into Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Still on season 1, but it's getting really good. And while I've been doing that, I have been working on my Sophie hood, and I feel like I'm making so much good progress on this. So hopefully I can at least this week, I think my goal is to get to like the first half of the hood, like get done with this part. So we're gonna work on that, and then I'd like to do a new journal spread. As always, I've been really into the journal lately, and I think I want to start doing like quarterly wrap-ups instead of doing like the full pages of like just random books that I've read. And I want to do like a quarterly wrap-up, kind of like some of my feelings about each quarter. And it is April now, so I'll do like my books that I've read from January to March. So really excited about that. That probably won't happen till like the weekend. I also have like I got these like really great frames like last summer for the apartment, and I'm so indecisive about what I want to put in them, but I want to put those frames here and make like a gallery wall. So I'm hoping to do that this week, like pick out some pictures and start forming my gallery wall. we need to figure out how to do that though. So we'll do that together, hopefully at the end of the week. It's also Easter weekend, so I will be going home at some point. Hopefully maybe do some crafting there as well. But yeah, this week is going to be another very chill, just reading week. I am feeling like I'm getting a little bit of a cold, so also might factor into how much I get done this week, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, that is all the plans for this week. I think tonight I'm really going to try to get really deep into this, but first I've got to do some homework. We are getting to the end of the semester and it's getting a little heavy on the workload. We'll work on that today and then hopefully a ton of reading tonight. And I will update you guys when I have a little bit more thoughts on An Impossible Imposter. Good morning, guys. So I am like very sick and like very pale. I'm giving corpse bride. I did not go to class, which is so unlike me. I had like a 7:45. I got up at like 6:30 and I'm like, well, this isn't happening today. So we're gonna have a sick day today together, and I do have a little bit of homework I need to get done, so I'm gonna suck it up and do it. I'm not gonna like do as much as I could because like I'm trying to get better. So we're just gonna spend the day laying in bed reading. I wanted to give you guys a few updates on An Impossible Imposter because I can't tell if this is my least favorite or favorite Veronica Speedwell book. Like, favorite in a way that it's like making me feel the most things, but least favorite in the way like what it's making me feel. I don't know if that made any sense. So first things first, right when I stopped talking to you guys yesterday, I started reading and I got to page 248. Immediately there was just like this crazy Veronica lore drop and I was like shocked. So I was like kind of hooked. I wasn't sure how I was feeling about this book until then, and I was like, okay, like I'm in it now. I feel like this book has been the most heavy on like the Veronica and Stoker like romance plot, kind of like evolving that. It's been a little less mystery heavy and I was really liking that, and this was kind of making it like a 5-star read. And then last night I kept reading and we got to this one part where I can't talk too much about it because it's a huge spoiler, but if you know, you know. Stoker does something and I'm like, I just don't like that for his character. Like, it's the first time where I'm like in this series where I'm like, Stoker, like, why did you do that? Like, that's like so out of character. I didn't like that. And I actually got so enraged. I was gonna finish this last night. I had like 65 pages left, and I'm like, yeah, I could like just kind of sit here, because I had a feeling I wasn't gonna be getting up for class anyway. I was like, I could finish this. I read it and I was like, I had to put the book down. I had to put it down. I was like, I can't read this anymore. Like, I was so just infuriated. Like, I'm gonna finish it, obviously, like finish the series, because like I love this series, but like I've never been like enraged by a Veronica Speedwell book before. Like, it's always just been like some like jolly good murder mystery fun. I was mad. It just wasn't necessary for the plot. I don't know. I felt really weird about that. Like, also, it wasn't just like Stoker's actions that like bothered me. It was like the position that he was put in that really bugged me. And I was like, I just feel like it wasn't needed per se. Wasn't a big fan of that. That's the first time I'm like ever, and this is the 7th book, I've been like, ooh, I don't know about that one. I don't know. We're gonna finish the book, see if my opinion changes. Yeah, so I only have 65 pages left of this one. I really want to start The Will of Minnie today. I definitely think I can get this started today. Well, not sure how far I'll get. I mean, it's completely doable to start today. I'm gonna be doing so much reading. Also, I just like am in a huge fantasy mood right now. Like, I think after the little thing, like blip that happened in that book, I was like, I'm done now. I need a break. So I really want to start The Will of Minnie. I'm really excited to kind of understand this magic system a little bit more and dive a little bit into that. I haven't had like a really like good magic system in a while. Well, that's a lie. I read Blood Over Brighthaven, and that was a really cool magic system. So I think I'm just craving another one. This book, I don't know why it's so intimidating. It's 611 pages, which like I read 600-page books like in my sleep. So I don't know why this one is kind of freaking me out. I think it's just huge. Like, it's really big and the text is really small. Oh, hang on. But yeah, 600 pages isn't too bad. So hopefully I can like comprehend it a little bit in my very sick, brain foggy state. Do you wanna? Come here. She's purring. I don't know what she wants. So I also want to show you guys, because I did start a new craft. Well, kind of like new journal, and it's not really new because I've done it before. I just didn't stick with it last year, and it's like the Hobonichi journals, and it's basically like where like you have a brief overview of your day here, and then you have your pictures and stuff here from the week. I really like this style of journaling. So I've done like 2 weeks so far. I just put the books I've read, like random pictures from the week, like things I've watched. Same thing for this week. So hopefully we'll stick with that. If this vlog gets to Sunday, which I have a feeling it might, we can do this together at the end of the vlog. But yeah, I just want to give you guys an update on Veronica Speedwell, because I literally put the book down and I was like, I need to tell the vlog about this. So I'm gonna try and finish that book and see if it could redeem itself from that, and then get on to The Will of Minnie. So it's been a couple days now. It's now Thursday. I think I updated you Tuesday. I am feeling like very ill. very ill still, unfortunately. I didn't vlog at all yesterday. I was in my school and I literally was like sick as a dog yesterday, but I was being observed for my lesson and it actually went pretty well. So was happy about that, but was definitely really nervous. I definitely could have done better if I wasn't sick. But anyway, so was literally dead yesterday. Like had to come back and like just drop dead. And then today I had to go back to the school, and Thursdays are usually really long for me, but like after a full day yesterday and a half day today, and I have like 5.5 hours of lecture after this, I was like, I can't do it. Like truly, I know my limits and I've hit it. Like I'm supposed to be in class right now, but I'm not. I'm taking a sick day. I wanted to update you a little on An Impossible Imposter. So I finished it on Tuesday. This might be one of my least favorites in this series. I hate to say it. Obviously I love like the Veronica Speedwell series, so like I had a good time, but I had some issues with it. This is the first time the ending didn't end with like a nice little bow with the characters, and I don't think I liked that. I'm like, I don't want them to be like beefing. I don't want them to be like upset with each other, like, or I don't want there to be any unfinished business. Like I like these books to like have like their little adventure, their little story, and then be like off to the next one. Like the plot line of this didn't feel like their normal types of adventures. Like it wasn't as adventurous. Like I feel like the plot of this was literally just like a way to create problems for Veronica and Stoker. I don't want that. Like I wasn't bored. Like let them be happy together. I just want to see them having fun going on little shenanigans. Like I don't need any of this. I feel like the plot was like all over the place in this one. Like it wasn't like a big reveal at the end, or like they were following it in, like they had an end goal in mind, like what they were trying to find out. I did enjoy obviously seeing Veronica and Stoker like go on these adventures, but I just feel like both of the characters acted really out of character in this installment. And yeah, it was just weird because Veronica was being very secretive with Stoker, and I feel like by book 7 that's like just very out of the norm, and Stoker was just being weird in ways that like I don't want to give too much away. But yeah, they're definitely acting out of character. This wasn't my most enjoyable Veronica Speedwell read, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna give this overall, I don't even want to rate it. Like I don't want to rate this one. I feel like it might land in like a 3, but like that doesn't even like feel right. I don't know how to rate like a book where it's like a 5-star series, but like you don't particularly enjoy one book in like the series. So, and I still like enjoyed my reading experience reading it. So I don't know how to rate this, but so you guys can take that as you will. But better book news, I finished The Will of No, I did not finish The Will of Many. I am not, who do I think I am? I started The Will of the Many, and I am adoring this. Like it's been a while since I feel like the Poppy War is the last like really deep high fantasy I've gotten into. Every time I start like a super high fantasy, I'm like, I love this genre. Like I love it so much. And I feel like this book is already like delivering so well. And I feel like when in the beginning of the vlog I was talking about like what it's about, I don't know what I was yapping about, but like I didn't know anything, because like I went in this book like thinking I had like some idea, and then it like completely changed. This magic system is already so interesting to me. I'm only on page 109, so I feel like I'm still like learning about the world. Like he hasn't even gone to the academy yet, and I feel like it's very like, it's reminding me of like Brandon Sanderson style writing, where it's like there's a journey you take before you get to your destination, and I love that in books. I like a strong build up. So I talked about like how they have like this will, and there's this chart in the beginning where like you're categorized or like ranked one of these 8 kinds of people, these types of rankings. Octavus gets will, or like strength, determination, like life pretty much, from no one. But then like a Septimus gets it from 8 people, and then it kind of goes up until you're at like a Princep who gets it from like 40,000 people. And those people are kind of like omnipotent because they have so much like life form coming into them, because these people get half will from them, and they get half from them, and they get half from them. It increases by double as you go up. It's kind of like double it and give it to the next person. That has been really interesting to like figure out like who ranks where. And our main character Viz is an orphan. Is basically an orphan under this like new republic. The Caton Republic, where like they use the system of will, is very new. And he's an orphan from before, like the civilization before the Caton Republic took over. He kind of just scrapes by, like he works at this will sucking prison and like goes to fighter dens, like fights at fighter dens at night, and like lives in an orphanage. He's living like 3 lives at once, just trying to like get by. But he does not want to give will or get will in any type of way, and he's literally doing anything he can to avoid that. Then one day he meets like a Quintus who is like enthralled by him. He kind of like just impresses him with his knowledge and his fighter prowess, and so he basically takes him from like this orphanage and takes him to this academy. But like he has his ulterior motives for wanting him to go to the academy. It's not just like a really cool guy. He has his own agenda, and that's been really interesting to uncover. I think that he has a lot more in mind than he is letting on, and I'm really interested to find out like what he wants Viz to do for him. And I'm really excited to get to the part where like he's in the academy. I think that'll be interesting. But so far it's just been really interesting to learn about the world, get a little background knowledge on Viz. They're definitely setting up right now for a really, really interesting read, and I'm definitely enthralled, and I'm really happy I picked up another high fantasy. I'm so in the mood. This is so good. This is hitting so hard right now. So hopefully this weekend, I don't have class anymore. Since I'm skipping, like I'm done for the weekend. I'm not really doing anything this weekend. I have like a million, like I don't know why like all my finals are due like next week. So I think this weekend's gonna be very heavy on like working on homework and reading. My goal for this weekend is to finish The Will of the Many. I'm not gonna be able to finish another book because this book is chunky, like the print is small. But anyway, this is the goal for this weekend. Right now though, I just have such like a blazing headache, and I don't think I can look at words on paper. I've been so into Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so I think I'm gonna watch that and continue working on my scarf, which I'm making really good progress on. So I'm gonna work on some of this. I also want to open up a little bit of book mail with you guys. I got a package the other day and I thought I'd just open it on camera. And the first book I got was The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. If you guys watched a reading vlog I did over the summer, I read another one of her standalones. It was like my Spotify chooses the books I read for a week, and I did not like Never. I love the Magnolia Park series, but I have not been enjoying her standalones. But I've heard really good things about The Conditions of Will, and I'm like, I love Jessa Hastings, so let's give her standalone another try. And also look at this cover. It's honestly magnificent. And honestly, I don't know what this one's about at all. Like I ordered it fully not knowing a thing. This is about more wealthy families, and I think that's what she does well. I think it's about like a rich, damaged family in like Georgia, and I'm really interested to read about that. Or is it North Carolina? Oh, it's South Carolina. I love South Carolina, so I'm interested to read this. I love Jessa Hastings' writing. Even though I didn't like Never, her writing is magnificent. She writes things in such like a lyrical way, and like the way she frames things just kind of, she's the queen of like romanticizing things. Like everything, she can make the most like mundane things sound so like magical. Like the best quotes I've ever read are Magnolia Parks. So I'm excited to get to this. I probably won't get to it soon, but I'll get to it eventually. And then this one I'm so excited about. It is I Got When the Crows Away by O'Reilly Wallace, and I didn't vlog when I read the first one of this, but I ate the first one of this up. It was on my spring TBR, and that was definitely more of like a fall book. This is kind of the reason I included In Company of Witches on my fall TBR. This is much more springy, and I wanted to get to this one for spring. This one I'll be getting to very soon. I'll probably read it after The Will of the Many. If you're wondering what my next read was gonna be, probably gonna be this. This one is another cozy mystery. It's the ghost of a chocolatier believes he was murdered, and it's up to Bryn Warren to use her magical gifts and an old-fashioned sleuthing skills to find out how he really met his bitter end in this enchanting new Evanfall Witches B&B mystery. Bryn is a witch, and she can talk to dead people. And the last book kind of explored her powers a little bit. I'm excited to see them in action. And oh, I love these cozy mysteries. They're so good. So I'm very excited to get to this one. And it's so cute. It's just a little book, and the covers are adorable. Anyway, so I'm gonna read The Will of the Many tonight. For now, I'm gonna knit and watch Buffy though. Read for a bit this weekend and update you when I'm a little bit further into the plot of The Will of the Many. a lot better today. I took my Friday of rest very seriously and I did absolutely nothing except read, and it was honestly glorious, and I am loving The Will of the Many. So let's talk about it. I'm really hoping to finish this weekend. I'm on page 394. I have about 220 pages left. It's Saturday. My dad's coming out for Easter, for like a little Saturday night thing for Easter. I ended up not going home because I just wasn't feeling good. I'm still not feeling great, but I like showered and like got myself together today, which honestly was a big accomplishment because I haven't done that all week. But yeah, anyway, so hopefully tonight I'll be able to read a little bit, and then tomorrow I'll spend the whole day reading as well. This book is gripping. Like, I was struggling in the beginning because I was having some trouble like grasping the magic system, and it was a little confusing at first. It's a lot of like info dumpy. It kind of just throws you into the story too, and you kind of like learn as you go. As I got into it, I started to really love where the direction of this was going. Once he got to the academy, I felt like, ooh, like this is picking up. So it's also interesting because he has this one friend in the academy who like he's made. They discuss things about the hierarchy that probably shouldn't be discussed, and the things that they discuss is really interesting. So in this academy, you have classes and you want to be in the higher class. Like you start at 7, your goal is class 3, and you kind of move up throughout the year as like they see fit. Then there's only a certain amount of spots in each class. It's a pyramid like the whole hierarchy is. It like mimics the hierarchy. Viz is frustrated because he's quite clearly better than everyone else here. Because of factors so out of his control, he can't move up. And he needs to like fulfill whatever like the conspiracy that he's trying to do while he's here. He's trying to find weapons, he's trying to do some undercover sleuthing work, and he can't do that in the lower classes. You don't get much access to things, and you don't get better jobs after the thing, and that's like kind of the whole deal that he needs to do. So he's so frustrated. It's such a smart commentary on like a hierarchy of like any society. I mean, I live in America, so I feel like I resonate with it in America, but it kind of plays on the whole like our meritocracy is really fair, because like in his case he's an orphan, like he got to the academy, like it's like the whole like if you just work hard enough you'll get there. But like he's with kids that have been bred for this since day one. Like he's fighting prejudices against people like him who aren't like native like Caton like people, and I feel like it's a really interesting like are meritocracies ever like fully based on merit, like when people are involved? That's what this is exploring. I love when fantasy books do this, when like fantasy books like kind of talk about like actual like societal like philosophical questions within their fantasy book, and I'm loving it. And I'm so frustrated for our man Viz right now because he is heads and shoulders above everyone else here and no one cares. But I'm really liking his time at the academy because we got to introduced to a whole new set of characters when he moved there. It's interesting to see the way that him and his classmates kind of interact with like the different class dynamics. Like yes, like they're different classes, like class 1, class 2, class 3, but like they're also different classes, like social class, economical class, and such an interesting like push and pull dynamic, and I'm loving it. Something that's also interesting is the dynamics between like everyone there too, because like all these kids, like their parents are like super powerful senators and stuff, and it's a small circle, like it's the top of the pyramid, so it's a really small circle. So these are all the kids of these people, and so they know each other, so their parents' feuds are kind of becoming their feuds. They're in there for like their own social advancement, but they're also there on their parents' agendas as well. Like knowing what we know through Viz's perspective of like whose parents are who, like I'm interested to see how that's going to end up affecting him. I also think Viz in itself is a really good main character. I'm really enjoying reading about his story. His background, I don't want to spoil it, but like his background is super interesting. The reason he's rebelling against this in his own way is really interesting. The choices he makes to rebel are really interesting. It's not in a way like you'd think. Like he kind of has his own way about it. So I'm really liking reading about Viz, and I feel like he's just like a good character. He's super strategic, he's super intelligent. Like some of the things he does like socially, I'm like, I would not have thought to do that, and like that's not the move I would have made, but it was the smart move. He's super calculated and strategic and cunning, and and I really, really like that. He's just written super well. The plot is moving, and we keep getting these like jaw-dropping moments where I'm like, there are some things I have not expected to happen. Anyway, so right now Viz is kind of doing his sleuthing around and spying, and he's found some things that are really, really interesting. I don't know what to make of it. I'm sure it'll all come together at the end, but like I know it's insane and I know it's like disturbing and scary, but like I don't know what it means yet. So hopefully I get some questions answered in the last 200 pages. I'm so excited that like I'm able to talk about this book now that like my mind is clear. I feel like this whole week all like my updates been doing have been like I've just been super foggy from being sick, so I feel like while I was editing it I was like I feel like I'm repeating myself, and I feel like I'm like not really talking about what I want to talk about or articulating myself well, and I think I'm just tired and sick. So we're getting the full effect of the sick reading vlog right now. Like I don't feel 100%, but at least my mind is kind of coming back, which is good. And just in time to get to the most exciting part of any fantasy book, which is the last 200 pages. Super, super excited to get to that. This might be a 5-star read. I don't know what the ending's gonna be. It's at least a 4.5 thus far. This is one of the best fantasy books I've read in a really, really long time. Very, very excited to continue reading this tonight. I kind of just done a lot of reading. I knitted a little bit. I feel like I'm getting really close to being able to like move on to the next step, because I feel like I've been working on those increases for so long. So I'll probably be doing that a lot tonight. And then tomorrow will be Sunday, so I can do this side of the Hobonichi. So we'll show that tomorrow with the update, and then that'll be the end of the vlog. But I'm so, so excited to finish this and let you guys know some final thoughts. Hello, I have finished The Will of Minnie. When I tell you I had like 200 pages left, and I sat down, it took me like 7 hours, and I just sat down all Sunday and finished The Will of Minnie. I cannot say how good this was. Like even if I like didn't want to finish it for the vlog, like I was sat. The ending truly jaw-dropped me, and that has not happened in so long, especially with the fantasy, because I feel like with fantasy, especially, I mean this is not a fantasy romance, but I feel like sometimes with fantasy it can get a little repetitive. When the ending happened, I was just not prepared. I did not think that was gonna happen. The last 100 pages were so quick. It felt like it went by in like a blur, and then I got to the last few pages and I like had to reread them a few times. I absolutely see why this book is very much loved in the book community. I'm dying for the second one. Someone tell me how to get an art for The Strength of a Few, because James Islington or Saga Press, if you see this, I really would like an art. This book was so phenomenal, and I feel like April's been such a great reading month for me. I haven't had a 5-star reading streak in a really long time, and I just read Sunrise on the Reaping and that was a 5 stars, and now this one, it makes me like get self-doubt, being like, do I give out 5 stars too easily? No, I'm just picking out good books. I just know my taste. So let's talk a little bit about The Will of Minnie. So starting off with the plot, it was like genius, because like it was pitched to me in tropes with like dark academia, like elite academy, which are all things I love, but all things I've read about before. But this was so unique, especially when you get to the end, there's a really big twist. I can see it's gonna take the plot in a completely different direction than I thought it was going to go. I loved that. I loved when I was like surprised. I like being surprised. I also like how with the plot in the first book, I like how all of our questions were not answered. I still have questions about the magic system. I don't really understand the ending. I went on TikTok afterwards with like end of The Will of the Many explained, and it humbled me really about my competency for comprehension. I still have questions about like characters and their motives, and like I feel like there's so many unanswered questions, and usually that bothers me, but like I don't know, I feel like there's 2 more books left. If everything was answered in book 1, like I would not be this excited for book 2. Characters were so good. Viz, first off, as a main character, was such a great main character. He was just so smart. He always made the right choice, and it may seem like a little unrealistic, but I kind of liked that. I'm like, he needed that to survive because he had like 10 different plots and schemes going on at once, which was insane. Like, I was like, how are you keeping up with all of this? Like, there's so many people asking him so many different things, and he was being pulled in so many different directions with so many unrealistic like expectations put on him. He kind of handled it like a champ. I was like, I would have been crumbling. Like, good for you, but me, crumbled. I was stressed out for him. I think this is like a Roman inspired fantasy, which I definitely saw, and I haven't really read that many Roman inspired fantasies. I loved it. The atmosphere of this book, like, it delivered the dark academia, delivered like historical Roman fantasy. So if you're looking for just like pure vibes alone, this is great as well. Honestly, it checks any fantasy box for me. Great atmosphere and vibes, check. Great characters, check. Great plot, check. Plot twist ending, check. It just checks all my boxes for what I look for in a high fantasy. Super fast paced. The first few hundred pages, very slow, putting it out there. But I feel like it is kind of needed for the rest of the story. Like, just kind of push through. So 5 stars. Found a new favorite, one of my new favorite fantasy authors. Also, side note, James Islington, I was like looking him up on TikTok. Then I got his TikTok with his face. Tell me why. If anyone watches New Girl, when Jess is trying to become the principal and that one dad is like, no, and is kind of giving her a hard time about like not wanting her to be principal, he looks exactly like that dad. I looked up, I was like, James Islington, New Girl, and then the AI response was, James Islington is not known for his role on New Girl. I was like, oh, all right, thank you, AI bot. So side note about that, but James Islington found your doppelganger. That's a crazy rant that I went on. Anyway, honestly though, 5-star read. It has put me in a huge fantasy mood. It's put me in a slump because I just want the second one and I don't want to read anything else. I guess we'll see where this slump takes me from here, but you were just too good. And then An Impossible Imposter. I have not settled on a rating for this, but this was the other book we read in this vlog, and definitely not my favorite Veronica Speedwell book, but you can't win them all. But I had a great time reading it, and nonetheless, because I love Veronica and I love Stoker, so excited for A Sinister Revenge. I only have 2 more books in this series, which is crazy, and it's crazy that there's 9 books in this series. I'm really excited to get to the next Veronica book. But thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's reading vlog. If there's any other videos from me you'd like to see from me, please comment them down below. And if you like me or my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's video, and I hope you guys have such a fabulous week, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!